I think it must be Oscar season because the strings on my heart just keep getting tugged. Won't Back Down, starring Maggie Gyllenhaal and Viola Davis, in a story, based on a true story about a mom who doesn't like what's going on at her son's school and what she does to make a difference. And it is one of those difference-making movies, which we see a lot of during Oscar season, with the big emotional moments and the big epic scale and the journey that the underdog could never win, but somehow pulls it out, and that's what this movie is. And I don't mean to make light of it. There are some really great performances by our leads here. Viola Davis and Maggie Gyllenhaal both do really, really well in this movie. I don't think you'll see either of them nominated for an Oscar for this, but serviceable performances and certainly ones that get the goosebumps up and going. And this story is a good story. It's an interesting story about our school system and what happens when schools have teachers that they can't fire, and so the teachers don't have any incentive to work hard, and just kind of all of that union kind of versus the parents kind of mentality that we've seen actually in the news a lot recently. And I think overall it's engaging and the message is positive about fighting for our kids and fighting for the schools, and I kind of enjoyed that. I think where it falls apart, and the reason I actually didn't care for this movie much, is it does feel a little one-sided. I feel like everybody who's on the side, the anti-union side, is painted very intelligent and wise, and everybody who's on the union side is very one-note and stern and not open-minded. And so there's this real sense of painting with very broad brushes. And what it adds up to is a movie that, despite good performances and a good story, feels kind of like an after-school special. It just feels very bland and not enough nuance to it or texture to it. And so because of that, it's not as compelling. It's not as fun to enjoy. It's not something that I come away really chewing on. There's not much meat there. So that would be overall what I would say. Now, if you're just looking for a great story, maybe it's something for you. But if you're looking for something more to think about, I'm not sure this is the film.